What's poppin', everybody? It's the Sable Final Four. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Hope you guys had a good little break, took a little rest. I certainly did, but now I'm back. And let's get straight into the topic. So, on the 22nd of December, pretty much around a week ago, PokeBeach posted that the official Pokemon Company International were going to do like a survey to selected players. Obviously, they didn't try and survey me, but I would guess players that top and attend a lot of events and stuff. Maybe some big name players, but the point of the survey is to assess basically how happy we are, or at least those players, how happy they are with the Pokemon trading card game. And a theme for this survey was actually Arceus Dialga Palkia, and if that card should be banned. I know a lot of people want that card banned, and I get it, because supposedly with that card around, the format is obviously completely centered around it, and even worse, all of the Stage 1, Stage 2, like regular evolution Pokemon, have no chance to compete. It's basically impossible. I've said it for a long time, trying to use a lot of these rogue Stage 2 decks and Stage 1 decks. Like, basically, the only Stage 2 deck that I've managed to maybe grab a bunch of wins against Arceus Zacian decks and Arceus decks is with Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl is Stage 2, and that's only because its ability just boosts the attack cost for Pokemon. But that's about it. And this was before the rotation too. Now, it's almost kind of funny. I remember when I reviewed Arceus Dialga Palkia, and I knew that it was going to be broken, extremely, extremely good. But I was happy for it because Arceus, like the few prints it ever got as a Pokemon, like the first prints in the Platinum Arceus set when it debuted as a Pokemon card, they were pretty mediocre, and that's putting it lightly. There were cool holographic cards, the artwork was cool, and it was a special rule you could run as many Arceus as you want in your deck, but it wasn't that great. Any other Arceus card we received after that were promos that were mostly useless as well. And basically, Arceus Dialga Palkia, was the first Arceus card that was actually really broken and deserving of the Arceus Pokemon card on it, the god of Pokemon. And I was happy. I was like, you know what? This card is broken, but Arceus deserves some love. And I'm like, yeah, it's going to be cool that this card is going to be really dominant. But I'm afraid it's gotten to the point where it's too much. That card is just extremely powerful. Unless they print another similar effect like that maybe tops it even more, then I see Arceus seeing play for a good number of years. That sort of GX attack, it's too easy to pull off. They perhaps what they needed to do is make it be like a 3 cost for you to get the extra prize effect. And the bonus damage it also has. Man, they should have just made it plus 10, because that 30 does add up and just turns a lot of specific attacks into significant one-hit knockouts, and it's just crazy. So what do I think? Do I think the card should be banned? I will say probably. And the reason that I say this is because the thing is, a lot of people, complain about Arceus killing off Stage 2s. But the reality is, even if Arceus Dialga Palkia would get banned, I don't think Stage 2s, Stage 1s, as regular Pokemon will really just rise up and be as good as people think. The reality is these sort of regular Pokemon have not been good for a good number of years. There's a few exceptions here and there, like with Trevenant and Greninja and some other like Stage 2s that I'm not thinking right now. Empoleon, I guess, in the black and white. What else? Like, you get a few Pokemon here and there that can do okay, but it isn't necessarily just because of Arceus that they can't succeed. I mean, Arceus definitely killed them off completely, like no hope. But I just know from experience that even if they do ban Arceus and when it rotates out and whatever, it's not like the Stage 2 Pokemon are going to be very good all of a sudden. If Arceus would leave, the next best V Pokemon deck, VMAX deck, would take its place. And yeah, that's basically a natural outcome, nothing wrong with that. But, if people's goal is to just make Stage 2 Pokemon and Evolution Pokemon good again and playable again, just voting to ban Arceus Dialga Palkia isn't gonna do it. I do like the fact that Pokemon made this survey in the first place, and they sort of want to know what players want, and they want to maybe attempt to try and change things up for the Pokemon trading card game. But the reality is, I just don't see these sort of huge ass special Pokemon like the Vs and the GXs and the new EXs from Black and White and what have you going away. Unless they would decide to completely eliminate them for a change, let's say in Gen 9, Generation 9 Pokemon TCG, whatever it's going to be. And then maybe bring back some sort of a level X, you could say, rip off like the breaks, and they only work with regular Pokemon, and that's basically the new special card. If they would do that, they would have to wait, so many months until the whatever Vs remain in the format rotate out basically. Because it's just too good of an advantage to have a basic Pokemon with large HP, and its only drawback is that it's going to give two prizes, when there's so many things you can do to play around it. Make sure you get enough value with it or enough prizes or whatever before it gets KO'd. They basically put themselves in a position where it's just really difficult for them to do something else that's not going to be these big HP Pokemon. The other crazy thing too is that, at least I hear, that they're going to do another print run for Cosmic Eclipse eventually, because it just went way too expensive so quickly and there's not enough booster boxes for people to get. But if they do another print run like what they did with Roaring Skies, and they just banned the best card from the set basically, Arceus, I do wonder if they're even going to do it. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand that if Arceus would get banned, to some extent the demand would go down for Cosmic Eclipse. It would affect the demand. There's a lot of other great cards over there, of course, and it's the largest set pretty much, so there's a lot of cards to get for sure. But I feel like part of the reason why Cosmic Eclipse skyrocketed so much and it's so expensive is because of Arceus Dialga Palkia. People that want to be competitive, they just have to have it. If they're going to play in Standard, use it with Zacian, or use it in Expanded even. So getting back to the Arceus Dialga Palkia card itself, I think if I was to make a decision, I think I would ban it because it just became too central for the game. Even if it rotates out, and some people say, well, it's going to rotate out eventually, so people won't have to deal with it. The reality is, if it rotates out and it doesn't get banned, it's going to stay in Expanded. And for as long as that card is around, people will try to exploit it. I don't know what other Pokemon we're going to get in the future, but if we get something else that's similar to Zacian, or something that just has a stronger attack, I mean, my god, you just use Arceus' attack, a GX attack, and then you get one-hit knockouts to an even bigger Pokemon. It's just too easy to pull wins. There's so much advantage that GX attack gives you. There's not much you can do to play around it. They use Molly GX to force you to play down some small Pokemon like the Danny or whatever, and it just takes one knockout on like a two-prize Pokemon, and then another knockout, maybe pull your Dedenne or something, and they just win. It's just too damn easy to pull off. Against regular Pokemon, it becomes like a three-prize game, three-attack game pretty much. You get three knockouts on regular Pokemon, you win. It's just too extreme. They should have made it more difficult to pull off. Maybe they should have made the extra damage be only 10 or something. I mean, somehow balance it. It's just too good of a package. Not just the GX attack, like its energy acceleration attack was amazing as well. When you look at it, it's just crazy good. HP is as high as you can get for a standard tag team GX. It was just all around a perfect package card, as how I refer to them. Like everything is basically good about it. You can't really complain. So perhaps if it had like less HP, maybe only had the GX attack and the regular attack was ass, maybe somehow it could have stuck around. I don't know, but I mean, then again, it's Arceus. So like I've said, I was happy when they made it like broken. They actually made it like the god of Pokemon in a card, deserving Arceus card. But it's about time I think he gets banned. If Pokemon Company International are making this survey in the first place, I mean, I'm sure they're thinking the same thing. They're thinking, people aren't happy. Maybe sales are down. I have no idea. Maybe people aren't playing in events. But you get the idea. So I would ban it. The reality is, I'm fucking sick of it as well. I've lost to that deck so many times. You try and use a deck like Donphan, which, in theory, on paper, something like the Donphan Stage 1 should be a very good Pokemon. But then you play against Arceus and you really just you can't do shit. You cannot do shit no matter what you do. You're at their mercy basically. They use that GX attack. You can't win. It's impossible. You would have to discard all of their energies magically if you're gonna do something like they just pass the turns and they can't do anything for you to come back. But anyways, this is just my thoughts on the matter. I'm sure a lot of people don't care because, some people that use the card obviously are gonna feel differently if they're winning events with it. If you're just winning every game on TCG Online and you feel unstoppable, you obviously probably don't want it to go away. But I think for the better of the game in general, and because I'm personally sick of it too, losing to it all the time, using just regular Pokemon and just other decks that aren't Arceus Zacian, I think it's time for it to go. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share this video with your friends. This will be my last video of the year. So hopefully the next year becomes even better in general and for the TCG. Hopefully they spark my interest again in the TCG like in the past. I doubt it, but they do something. Maybe give us some more formats, like I've said in another video, available on TCG Online. So people that just like to play old school formats for a change, like me, they can do so. With the old rules as well, with the older cards. There's a lot of stuff they can do on TCG Online. So hopefully some of that cool stuff will be a reality in 2021. Anyways, I've been SaberWolf94. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next year. What's say?